I want to demonstrate the ability of LLMs to analyze incidents. Okay, we will use the AWS Bedrock. I'm going there right now, and I will choose an LLM here from my navigation panel. Let me choose Cohere and R+. And I'm going to paste some incident dumps here. Okay, so here are some incidents, and I give a lot of incidents, and I'm asking it what are the top 3 root causes for these incidents. So let me click on the run, and I will see the LLM is already categorized and given me some answers. Technical debt and human error. They have listed 3 incidents for that, and 3 incidents for system and infra errors, and the other one could be interdependency and external factors. So let me ask it another question. I wanted to categorize these incidents into certain categories. So categorize these incidents into application infra and user support. So now look at this. When I said incident, categorize these means it has already understood it is a previously listed incident. So it says based on the information provided, this is the way it is categorized. Okay. So this is an ability of LLMs to analyze text, summarize them, and do some sort of analytics over it. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same using Python, and so you may want to continue seeing the video in case you're interested in that. Else, this was a short demo on how LLMs would enable you to analyze content, text content. Okay. So let me go to my Lambda. I have a Lambda function, and let me first import Boto3. That is the SDK I'm going to use to access AWS Bedrock. Okay, so I'm going to search Boto3 SDK, connect to Bedrock runtime. Okay. Okay, I think I should go to a different. Okay, let me go to the Boto3. Okay, hold on. Okay, here. So here is I'm just copying this into my Lambda function. I'll give it the name Bedrock client. Okay, here. Okay, and let me close this. Okay, and I want to read the prompt. We are going to give those incidents as a prompt, the incidents that you saw here. Okay, but let me just give a temporary incident prompt at this point. So first, let me read it from my event dictionary. So prompt equal to event, and I'm going to have a key known as prompt. Okay, let me print this. Okay, and let me execute this. Okay, I would need to create a test object, but let me just deploy it, and when I test it, it will ask me for creating a new event. So let me event. So the prompt was prompt, and for now I'll just say hi there. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the other keys. I'm going to save it. Okay. Okay, so it's having an issue. Okay, on the number of characters. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to execute it. So you should see the prompt here, right? So that's a prompt that has come here. Okay. So at this point, I need to connect to Cohere R1. I need to know how to do that. So let me go back and Google for the SDK invoke. Bedrock. Okay, invoke model. So that's my command to invoke a model. If you look at these parameters, you have a body which should be a string-like object, and this content type and accept, which would be application JSON, and model ID would be the keyword. I need to find out what's the model ID. So let me first paste this code here. Okay, and I don't need all these params. I am good enough with these mini. And as you saw, I need to mention application JSON for my accept and content type. So there that goes. And now let me see how can I find the model ID. So let me choose Cohere R1 models, and that's my request. So request only as a message that is required. Okay, I just need to pass my message, and I'll give my prompt. And let me just search for model ID. Okay, that's my model ID for Cohere R+. Okay, this doesn't look like R+, it looks like R. Okay, anyway, let's try with R. It doesn't matter, it should not matter. Let's try it. Okay, that is R version 1, and let me print the response. And I also would like to have the type of the response. Okay, and my client is this. I want to ensure that I use the right variable. Now body. Now coming back to the body, we already saw that, right? It should be this good enough. I just need to have a closing bracket. Okay, and right. Okay, I'll make it into a JSON string. And this string is my prompt. That's my prompt I got. I need to pass that as the message. Okay, let me just do some indentation. Okay, so let's deploy this and test it. Okay, I will run into an access denied because I don't have the permission to access Amazon Bedrock. So I will first have to let me increase the timeout by 1 minute, and I would go to my permissions and I'll add permissions to access Bedrock. Okay, so add permission. Let me search for Bedrock policy. Here it is, full access. That should do the work for me. I go back and I go to the code, and now I'm going to re-execute that. And let's see whether I get the prompt. Yes. So this is the body I got. Is a dictionary object, and I would need to access the body. Okay, the body is a streaming object. I need to convert that into bytes. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to extract the body from that dictionary object. Okay, and that would be my response body. Okay, let me just try to get the type of the same just to be sure I'm right. I'll also print the response body. Okay, I'm not interested in the earlier. Okay, that's good enough. Let me deploy this and execute. Okay. Okay, so at this point, I see that it's a dictionary. I convert it to a streaming object. Yeah, we know that. So I'm going to make this a read. Okay, and that should make it bytes. So let me just deploy it and test. See, I got bytes now. Now I need to convert these bytes into a JSON-like object, right? So for that, I'm going to use JSON loads. So let me do one thing. I will just use the same. Okay, so this would be again deploy and again test. So now I got in the form of a dictionary. Now I can access my, so here is the response. So I need to access the text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just read text from there. So that is my response body text. Okay. Deploying. Now let me test it. That's my response. Okay. Now let me pass the same text as you saw here, right? I need to pass this whole. So let me go back to my test. Let's see if I can modify this. Okay. Okay, I'm asking you to categorize if you go to the very end. Okay, categorize these into applications, whatever it is. Let me save it. Okay. And then I'm going to test it. So let's see what I got response. So here, see here below are my incidents. See, here is how I would like to get. This is the response. So the under application has got all these incidents, incident 1, 2, 3, and then under infra, it has got the other one. So you see, it is giving me the same output as it gave me here, right? Application, infra. Maybe I can even try a different question. Let me see. I'll ask it to generate a weekly incident summary report. Okay. Let me go back and tweak the test. Okay, now this is going to be a challenge because okay. So I did a mistake. So let me not save this. Or let me just do a Control C. Okay. I just need to change the last portion, right? Okay. So here, instead of this statement, oh my gosh, it says, okay, let me just work myself back. I'm deleting the last portion of it, and now I'll paste my. Okay, so generate a weekly summary report from the above. That's it. So save it, and let me go and test it. Let's see what happens. Here it is, weekly incident summary report from the week of June 10th to 17th. So it gives you all these incidents. Okay, and some recommendations. So they were all perhaps in the same day, week, and that's why it gave you all those responses. Okay, I could do the same thing here as well. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, same report comes here as well. Okay, it gives a breakdown of the incidents for that particular week. Same as you saw here. Okay. Good. You could also go to your output and you could see it a bit more elaborately here. So let's just go to the CloudWatch logs. There it is. So that's my weekly report, and this is what it is. So these are all the details, incidents. Right? It goes all the way down here to the end of this. It makes some good recommendations as well. Okay. So in this demo, what we saw the power of LLMs to summarize and analyze a dump of incidents and give you some analysis content. I could accomplish the same using a lambda function, wherein I just use the appropriate model ID, and I had to just parse the response and put it in a dictionary format and extract some data out. Okay then, thank you.